Just a couple of announcements, and then we will give you probably about 10 minutes in your small groups so that you can repent and pray about your attitude towards life and Disney trip announcements and things along those lines. Don't forget to grab a reading plan. I hope you guys are still reading and growing and learning. I did want to talk to you about the Disney trip because it's a unique one. Most of the trips we have, we just throw it out there and say, hey, sign up, we'll take as many as we can. Oh, we had 30 people on the wait list. We'll still try to find a way to do that. When we were local, we could do those things, but Disney, we're flying there, so there's limited capacity there. We have to get buses to transport us around. It's a unique trip, so there's a lot that goes into it that I want you to be aware of, all right? The first thing I want to address is why Disney, all right? Disney itself is not good, okay? And if you don't know that, then your head is buried in the sand. Disney is, there's an element of evil coursing through Disney, all right? And it's of the world, but that's most major places you go and most corporations. And I haven't had a youth go on a Disney trip and be swayed by the trash that Disney sneaks into their movies, okay? We're going for a fun experience, and in fact, it's a good time to sit back and look at some of those lies that Disney is perpetuating, all right? And to expose them and address them, all right? So some get in a little bit of a tiffy when we go to Disney. It's just a fun place, all right? And while you're riding the teacups, I don't think anyone's going to be trying to indoctrinate you, all right? Some key dates for you to keep in mind would be we fly out on Thursday, February 24th. Right now, we currently have a 5:30 departure time out of DFW Airport. The return date is to be Sunday, February 27th, which is 2 p.m. arrival at DFW Airport. Now, the shift, we used to do this after Christmas. And after Christmas was a very difficult time. I'll talk about that later, but I never want to do a trip. Obviously, for those of you that have school on Friday, whether you're public school or even some of those that go to quasi-private schools and stuff like that, or you have different obligations, I don't want to do that. But for the most part, like, look, one day, you guys miss one day for anything. So for the benefits of going in February, we're going to do this, and you're going to leave Thursday. So you can go to school Thursday, you miss one day on Friday, and then you come back on Sunday. With that, we're going to go to Magic Kingdom on Friday, and then we plan to go to Epcot on Saturday. All right, we haven't done Epcot in a number of years, and so that's the one that we're going to do it. Before, we had a 3-day trip. So how does the 2 days compare to the 3 days? Well, first of all, there is no YES program associated with this. The YES program was how we got to do it for the price we got to do it for 3 days, and it also ate up about 4 hours of that third day. So you were really there for 2.5, and by the time we got done with the YES program, all of the rides and the YES passes or the fast passes were gone. So we're lopping that off. The other thing with this, we're gonna stay from Epcot from open to close. Magic Kingdom, we already do that. We get there as soon as they open. We stay to the moment that they kick us out, all right? With one of the days, we normally had to leave early so that we could have our meeting time, but we're not gonna do that. So while it's 2 days instead of 3, we're gonna really maximize those 2 days instead. We will not have to leave early for one day for a lesson. Also, we will not be going during peak season. Okay, you can go on Disney websites and they chart whether it's red, green, white, purple, whatever it is, and the amount of people that are there. So you went to Pandora last time. You told me that was your favorite ride, and you waited in line for 3 hours. Blows my mind, okay? I think you just had to say that was your favorite ride because you realized you wasted 3 hours of your life in line, okay? In February, it's not like that. So even going there, you're going to get to do more while you're there. It's not nearly as crowded during that May, December/January time frame, all right? Now with the cost is going to be $575, and that includes your flight, your Disney tickets, your hotel stay, and your transportation, okay? Some people ask me, why so expensive? you need to understand that the rest of our trips are dirt cheap. That's why you think this trip is expensive. You don't see how much money the church pays for you to go on the trips. So every youth that goes on one of our trips, we lose money. Every one of you that signs up, we lose money, and we're happy to do that. All right, people give generously here at Countryside. We are happy to offset that cost on those things. But for this Disney trip, there's just a point where we can't go more than what we have scheduled, okay? You think of it this way, one day of Disney, let's say it's $100, which is probably more than that. 200 of your cost is just your Disney ticket. So then you're looking at $375 for a flight, transportation, and a hotel stay. All right, I would challenge you to find a Disney trip that's anywhere similar to this. I know some school trips that go to Disney, and it's $1,000. Okay, so while yes, this is expensive for us, for Disney, this is not expensive. Okay, just so you know, it doesn't include your meals. Breakfast every day is free, but dinner on Thursday, we'll go to a restaurant. Lunch and dinner at Disney on Friday. Lunch and dinner at Disney on Saturday. Please stay away from the French bakery at Epcot. You won't want to eat there, all right? Because it's delicious. And then lunch on Sunday on the way home. So the YES program got us some of those vouchers and things at a reasonable price, but we're not going to do that, and you'll need to buy those on your own and account for it. What if I need help financially? I would first say get a job. Mow some yards, all right, clean around the house, save right now. I mean, it is what it is. The nature of this trip is expensive. We will, when you register, you can do the November 20th workday, and that's from 8 to 2 p.m. And if you do that, you'll receive $50 off your trip. And you're gonna say, well, 50, it used to be 75. It did, and I lost tons of money because I don't have enough people giving us money to give all of you $75. So you are working from 8 to 2 with a lunch, and you get $50 to go towards your trip, okay? Start saving now. Start asking mom and dad, are there things you can do around the house, okay? Obviously, when it comes to Countryside, we are very generous for those who look at it and say, look, I cannot afford to go on the getaway. We'll work with people. If they say, I can't go on summer camp, then you need to talk to me and we can work with you. Sometimes we arrange some things around the church and stuff like that. Disney, we're not shooting for that, okay? If all of you come to me and say, hey, can I work at the church and make money? I'm gonna be coordinating this for 60 people, and the church is paying a huge amount to get you there, and then they're paying for all of your trip to get you there. It's just not designed like that, all right? So obviously your parents can talk to me, we can try to work through some of those things, but in the grand scheme of things, I know what you pay for your sports season, okay? I know what you pay for other things in life. I know what you pay for that other summer camp or whatever it might be. So this is not an unreasonable thing to ask people to do. But obviously your parents can talk with me on that. Who can go? All right, most of our trips are an open invite. You can sign up and you can go. For this one, only youth currently listed, like as of today, youth currently listed in a high school small group can attend. We are looking for, the sign up is coming soon, we are looking for people that are a regular part of our youth group. That's what it is, okay? That's how we keep the numbers to a certain degree, all right? There's also a level of comfortability that I need to have with you before you go on a trip of this nature. Just to prep you, in 2024, this will be a junior-senior trip only, all right? Because of that, right now, we have a ton of youth on our roster, and it's awesome. We had 130 people come to high school camp, and it's awesome. But we probably will have about 55 to 60 youth that can come on this. So I didn't want to do that this year, but I want to prep you the next time. The cost, the flights, this is a weird world. The cost keeps going up. Disney keeps going up. The food keeps going up. And so we have to look at how we can get as many that want to go in those categories. So in 2024, it'll be a junior-senior trip only. We need youth that are responsible enough to go. It's a different trip. Okay, we don't ask you to turn your phones off on the trip. You can leave your phones on. You can use your phones how you typically use your phones. On the flight, there's going to be movies that are in there. I'm not going to walk around on the flight. I'm just going to be praying that we don't die because we're flying, all right? I'm not going to walk around and check your monitor, all right? Last time I know, there were youth that chose to watch movies that were not appropriate. I'm asking you, if that's you, to not go on this trip. But we're not going to monitor those things. I want you to have your phone so you can text your mom and say, hey, we landed. Hey, we're doing this. Hey, we're at Disney. It's really boring. What am I going to do? I'm going to shoot a video of me and my friends doing something crazy, okay? It's a different trip of that nature, okay? We need youth that are responsible enough to go. I'm meeting you at the airport, okay? So your parents are going to get you through the check-in for the luggage. They're going to get you through security, or you're going to get through on your own, and we'll meet you at that place that you meet. What's the thing? And then you walk the what? There's a terminal, and then what's just outside where you get onto the death coffin? Gate. Yeah. We'll see you at the gate. So if you're scared and you're going to get lost on the way to the gate, this ain't the trip for you. All right? I won't be there to hold your hand. Now, sometimes if you're under 18, I think they'll let your parents go with you to the gate and stuff like that, but it's a weird world we live in. Who knows what in the world they're thinking and what they're going to do. All right? So how do I sign up? On Tuesday, September 14th at 7 p.m. via Remind. I'm not putting it on the website. So all of you should be a part of Remind. If you don't know how to do that, go to the website, okay? You or your parents should be on Remind. That's how I communicate things. I'm going to send the registration link out via Remind, so every youth has the same opportunity to receive that link and then register. For the registration link, this is a very basic boom, 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 I'm signed up type of thing. There is no payment. We will get the payment later. You can only register one person at a time. And people go, but there's 4 of us in our family. You don't have 4 phones? You don't have 4 computers? All right, each one of you sit in front of a computer, get the link, and then sign up. The information required to register is pretty basic, and if you aren't available, someone else obviously can register you. What if I go to register and it's full, as in you did not immediately register, like you waited 30 seconds? It will be full. You can email me as fast as you can, and I'll put you on a wait list. So last year, there was only about 3 people on the wait list. We got everybody in except for about 3 people that wanted to go. And so we found another flight, and we were able to add them. That may not happen this go-round, okay? Like I mentioned before, airlines are weird right now. Travel is weird right now. The costs have gone up on everything, so I'm not 100% that'll work out, but you need to email me. If you don't know my email, then you're not going to get on the wait list, okay? After I sign up, what happens? Sorry, small group leaders, I think I stole your time on that, all right? You can process afterwards, okay? You will receive a confirmation that you have registered. So you sign up, and it says, hey, you registered, it's great, party time. On October 5th, we're going to email you with the rest of the trip stuff. Just know, if you have Gmail, that email is going to your junk box. If you have Gmail, it is going to your junk box. So you can make a note and say, check my junk folder on October 6th. When you get this email, you'll pay, you'll commit to the code of conduct for the trip, and you'll also give your roommate requests. So sometimes parents want to surprise you for Christmas that you're going on Disney. And then I send out the list and say, here's everybody that's going on Disney. And the parents are angry at me. It doesn't work. I need to know which room you're going to be in. I need to set all of that ahead of time, okay? When you do that, you'll also register for the November 20th workday. So when you pay on October 5th, it's the deposit of $300. You can pay all of it right then. So you can pay the full $575. You can just pay the deposit. You can pay the deposit and sign up for the workday right then and there. That's when you do it. But if you sign up for the workday and then you back out on me, you go on the disavowed list and you don't get to do another workday. within a reasonable amount of time. So 2 weeks ahead of time, you look at it and say, I can't make it after all, I'm sorry. But if it's like the day of and I'm like, dude, where is this guy? And they're like, oh, I'm sorry, we had something come up. You go on the disavowed list and you're not able to do the workday the next time around, okay? So all of this, payments are non-refundable unless I can find someone to take your place. So it's a weird world we're living in. There's some uncertainty about stuff. Obviously, we're gonna be as gracious as we can with those types of things and understandable, and we'll work with the airlines. For some of it, it may be that it's a month out and you're like, man, I can't go after all. Well, I might be able to work it out so where the airlines, we can get someone to take your place. If we did that, man, I'm gonna give you all of your money back. But it may be the airline says, no, Dice, we can't switch the name. We can't switch this person. Well, then I can't find another ticket for someone else, and you've committed, and I can't sit there eating the money for all of those people, all right? So pretty much you are committing on all of this fun stuff, okay? The final payment is gonna be due on December 7th, okay? So you have some time to collect and do all of those things, and we will, it's a fun trip, all right? How many of y'all went last time? Yeah, it's fun. Now I'm telling you, this is gonna be even better because you're not gonna be sitting around the whole time in like a 10-hour line and stuff like that, okay? So sorry, small group leaders, I stole your time. Michael, you go ahead and kill the video.